coq de l'école, le coq de l'école, allô, allô? Le coq de l'école, le coq de l'école, allô, allô?
What's up, Milwaukee? What's up to the whole United States? This is your boy Track Laser, and I'm gonna get right to it. I thought about doing a spoiler review, but I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna just keep it just to one review. I'm gonna try to keep it at about 5 minutes if I can, and obviously, y'all know who this review is about, and y'all know that. As a result of how passionately people feel about Pac, the fact that there are some very negative reviews coming out, I think is going to cause some people to not be objective. I just saw this young Asian kid from California that's probably about 19, 20 years old talking about, he grew up listening to Pac because his uncles and his dad used to listen to him, and he said it's the best movie of the year. I'm certainly not here to tell you that because that's just being a fanboy. The same way that people can be fanboys for Marvel superhero movies or DC. This is our black hero. This is our John Wayne. This is our Elvis. So it's very easy just to do that, but we got to be objective. So that's what I'm gonna try to do for you. Not only as a fan, but as a still somewhat active hip hop artist myself, with decades, quite a few years of experience making music. The first thing I can say to just get it out the way, the elephant in the room, All Eyez on Me is not better than Straight Outta Compton. However, it is better than Notorious. Alright, so when you see the bad reviews, I don't want you guys to think that it's at the level of Notorious, the Biggie Smalls film that came out in '07, I believe it was, because it's a much better film than that. However, I think that Straight Outta Compton was just on another level. I think that Straight Outta Compton brought some things to the table that I think it's going to be hard for another movie to match. And to be honest with you, I think for a movie to be handled the way Straight Outta Compton was handled, you have to have a director that's done major movies in other genres, with the exception of just black music genre movies. Benny Boom, I salute you for your effort. I salute you for the visual presentation because it was a beautiful film to look at. But in terms of the storytelling and directing, I feel like Straight Outta Compton was tighter. And I felt like the one criticism I can have that won't go into spoiling the movie for you. The reason Jason Mizell, aka Eazy-E from Straight Outta Compton, and O'Shea Jackson Jr., aka Ice Cube's son, who portrayed Ice Cube, part of the reason why their acting came off well to the audience is because you gave them some moments in which they did things that were genuinely funny and said genuinely funny things. And just like laughter can kill the tension in the room, laughter can take an actor who's doing his best but just is not a seasoned actor, it can make the scenes passable. But when you take an actor and it's his first time acting and you have a long movie, you can't have him be serious for 2 hours if he's never acted before. Because even if he's doing a good job, eventually it will start to fall flat. But if you break it up with some humor, that's why you fell in love with Eazy-E, and you might have been crying for Eazy-E dying at the end of Straight Outta Compton. And that's when Ice Cube said, yeah. And then the OG pulled out the pistol on the school bus and then gave a motivational speech and bumped out. The whole crowd started cracking up because Ice Cube's son said what we was thinking in the audience. Like, that was crazy that he did that. And when he told the reporter, yeah, so you gotta get up out of my house. Like, that wasn't Robert De Niro, Al Pacino acting, but the phrase I'm looking for is levity. Okay, you gotta have some levity. So, the positives of All Eyez on Me, like I said, is that visually it looks very good. Demetrius Shipp Jr., Pac, who played Pac, he looks a lot like Pac. He talks like him. He has the mannerisms. And I'll go as far as to say 75% of the time he did a good acting job, especially for this being for his first time. But I can blame the director, Benny Boone. The other 25% is you just gave him a little bit too much to do, and you didn't do enough to break it up. Like I said, if you guys could have written in some more funnier things for him to say, you know, some more funnier times in Pac's life, you know, some of the people that knew him that had some genuinely funny stories, like those could have been brought in, and then I think that you could go with it. Now, so that's probably the only real main negative of the film, is that it is a long film, and you asked a novice actor to carry it, and you played it straight and serious almost the whole time. However, the woman who portrayed his mother and portrayed Afeni Shakur, she's the reason I give this movie a B+. If you guys remember, you know, a couple years ago, I gave Straight Outta Compton an A+. And I still stand by that rating. But I will give All Eyez on Me a B+ based off the strength of the visual look of it. Like I said, it's a beautiful movie. Like, the cinematography, like when he gets out of jail, and you saw this on the trailer, when he gets off the chartered private plane, and they got the death row carpet rolled out, and he got on the orange and black Versace silk shirt, and they got the briefcase full of money. Like, it looks stunning, you know. But Afeni Shakur, she dropped so many black power jewels, so many jewels about self-improvement, so many jewels about self-determination and responsibility, that is stuff that you could really take with you. And her acting really gave you a glimpse of the strength of the bond that he had with his mother. You know, so it's, even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. So if you like that lyric, what he said in the song, when you see this movie, you'll understand where that came from. That came straight from the heart. And the other female who was very strong in this movie is the female who played Jada Pinkett Smith. And, you know, obviously I'm here for Pac, so I don't know her name, but she looked like Jada. There were times when she was talking to Pac, her voice sounded exactly like Jada. And there was an emotional scene where I was just impressed that she was able to get it. You know, she was able to go there. And I think her acting and her role in the movie kind of informs who Tupac was. So if nothing else that you get from this movie, you will have a lot more respect for Jada Pinkett Smith as a person when you understand what she meant to this dude. And they did a wonderful job of that. Let me think of one last thing before I wrap it up. I also think that you guys will enjoy Suge Knight. Because when he was being a prick to other artists and just being a bad guy, he was really bad. But during the times when he actually, it seemed like he had Tupac's best interest at heart, you kind of felt that too. And I think the Straight Outta Compton shit was a little bit more entertaining. But this was a much more grounded performance, and it was a little scarier. Like, they didn't show this Suge beating the crap out of somebody like they did in Straight Outta Compton, but that proves that the acting is stronger because he was still more menacing than the guy from Straight Outta Compton without even physically doing some of the menacing things that happened in that movie. So, once again, overall, B+. In the comments below, if you did see it, let me know what you thought. If you didn't, let me know if my review makes you still want to see it, or if I have kind of ruined your taste to see the movie. I wouldn't be mad if you felt that way, because some people, like I said, some people take Tupac personally, and some people feel like if this movie isn't an A+ or an A, then I'm not gonna see it because I'm gonna get angry if I go up there and look on that screen and they're not doing justice to it. So yeah, so leave a comment, and then also if you just want to hang around and kind of keep the discussion going, let me know how many more of these rap biopics you think Hollywood will be able to put out successfully, and give me at least one or two of what you think they will be. Just to add my flavor to that discussion conversation, I don't think very many more of these will come out. I think Straight Outta Compton was like the very high level, and like I said, I think you got to have the right director. You kind of got to have the right circumstances. So I have a strong belief that we might only see 3 more. I think a Wu-Tang movie will happen, and I think it'll be good. I think a Public Enemy movie will happen, and I think it'll be good. And somewhere down the line, I could see one or the other, either a Jay-Z movie or Outkast movie. But I think that's really going to depend on how this one does at the box office, because what's going to happen if the film doesn't do well financially? It only happened because Straight Outta Compton was a success. So if All Eyes on Me doesn't do well, then Hollywood will jump off that bandwagon and not want to put the money for it. But then somebody will have to step in and say, well, no, we can make one as good as Straight Outta Compton and they would also make money. So because of that, yeah, I only think we got 2 or 3 more left. And I think it's going to be Public Enemy, Wu-Tang, Jay-Z, Outkast. Either all 4 of those or just one. Hey, so this is your boy Track Laser. I enjoyed sharing this with you. The movie comes out officially tomorrow. So happy birthday to Pac. His birthday is tomorrow. And if you saw the movie and enjoyed it, I definitely want your comments.